Hello, this is Amanda Lane doing my best not to be sick while doing an eyeball dissection. This is by far the worst thing I've ever cut open in my life. Probably the grossest thing I've ever messed with, and I've given birth 3 times. I can cut open a fetal pig. Brain dissection didn't bother me. Looking at diagrams of eyeballs freaks me out. I can't even go to the optometrist and have them test my pressure in my eye because my head just shakes. So bear with me. 360 view of what's around me. My space, which is bags and the one paper that we can have. So, I'm gonna try really hard to get through this because I almost lost it dissecting this. This is nasty. Alright, so I've got my little stand. I'm gonna try to get this. I've been having issues, if you haven't noticed, with trying to make sure these things are visible on the camera. Hold on, this thing's a pain in the butt sometimes. Every time, honestly. So I'm going to do my best to try to angle it to where you can see, and hopefully I can get through this without losing my dinner. Clam chowder was not the thing to eat before this, just so you're aware. Again, my eyeball was not as pretty as the one in the video, nor was it as big. So I don't know if we've got sheep or I don't know if eyeballs are different other than in size, but okay. Try to do this to where you can see what I'm doing. That ain't gonna stay. Let's try it. Okay. So, I'm shaking. The first part that you're gonna see here is, I hope you can see, this very cloudy part right here. This is gonna be the cornea. Okay. And this is the part where I lost it trying to cut into this thing. So mine did not turn out as pretty. I know you're supposed to avoid messing up the interior parts, but I'm pretty sure I jacked it all up because my lens fell out when I got it open and everything else. But this hardish kind of flexible part that I cut through, that is going to be your sclera. So site of muscle attachment. I'm not 100% sure if you meant the ciliary body for that or like the actual muscles of the eye itself. If I turn it over, everything's gonna fall out. But there's a couple of dark spots, which is where the muscle's attached for the eye. But then there's also the ciliary body, which is where the lens connected to the eye. I hope I'm still in frame. So the anterior cavity, my lens is already removed from this portion. So the anterior cavity is going to be anything that is on kind of the direct back side of the cornea. The posterior cavity, and the lens is back in place, is everything behind that. The lens, again, mine fell out, so I'm pretty sure I dissected it wrong. But yeah, that's your lens. It is now hard, which according to the video happens when it's been preserved. Your pupil would be seen through the cornea. It would be the darker spot kind of in the middle. I'm not 100% sure if maybe I cut something wrong and can't see it, or if it's just a projection type thing on the front of the lens, but it should be right there. I mean, there is a little black piece, but I'm pretty sure that's from the ciliary body. There you go. But the pupil should be right there. Your iris, again, I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see this, but your iris is a smooth muscle that runs right up under here. I'm tugging on it right here. It's right up under the ciliary body. Okay. A ciliary body. Okay. So that's going to be the striated parts right here, which they're black, and the iris and this is black. So it's really hard to see, but they are kind of overlaying the top of the iris. Your retina, sorry. Whew. I don't like eyeballs. Okay, so I'm not sure the best way to try to show you this, but your retina is this very, very thin, I didn't pull it earlier just so I could show you, this thin little balloon-like thing that kind of encapsulates the whole inside of this back part of the sclera. I'm bunching it up here so hopefully you can see it. Okay, now behind that there is an iridescent region behind or beside this black region over here. Okay, again, not sure if you can see, but this iridescent kind of lining is going to be your tapetum lucidum, which helps with night vision. Okay, and the black part, once you peel off or peel back the retina, the blackened areas, just is not wanting to bunch and peel, but anyways, okay, move it to the side here. There we go. The blackened area behind your retina is going to be the carotid. Yep. Okay. So if we get all of this pulled to whichever side it will pull to, which I had it a minute ago, until I started pulling things. All right, optic disc, where'd you go? All right, I'm gonna scoop this out of the way. Hold on. Okay, so it's right in there. Yep. Okay. So obviously I pulled a little too much because now you can't see the whole retina attached to it. But this little hole right in here where the retina was kind of still stuck to, and I pulled too hard, that little hole right there, which looks like a cavity that leads out, is going to be the optic disc or the blind spot. And I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see this, but so we've got a jelly substance that's came out of it and a watery substance that's came out of this thing. Excuse me. The watery substance is going to be your aqueous humor, whereas the jelly-like is your viscous humor. I think that covers everything. Cornea, sclera, site of muscle attachment. Again, I'm not sure if you wanted the muscular attachments for the actual eye itself, or I doubt it was a ciliary body because you wanted that too, but anterior cavity in front of the lens or anterior to the lens, posterior cavity behind the lens. The lens is this marble thing that obviously I pulled out wrong. The pupil again would be visible through the cornea. The iris I pulled up is that thin smooth muscle layer. Ciliary body is the striated looking one laying on top of it. The retina I accidentally completely pulled off that side. The lucidum, tapetum lucidum is the iridescent portion. The carotid is the dark portion. Optic disc is the hole right there, the blind spot, and aqueous humor is the watery stuff. And I hope that covers everything, and that is good because this stuff is disgusting. Have a good night.